What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast. And in this moment, we gotta discuss, man, Jalen Rose, right? Jalen Rose and also Stephen A. Smith. And it seems like Jalen Rose, you know what I'm saying, fired a few shots. And I think everybody in the world kind of knows who Jalen Rose was speaking on, because Jalen Rose is a guy who we all know was done wrong by ESPN. This guy showed up, kept a fresh lineup, very professional, a guy who is proven in the sports, was a part of the Fab Five Michigan. And this dude here, man, was let go terribly wrong by ESPN, and Stephen A. Smith did not do anything to come to this brother's defense. And you guys know, I always tell y'all, man, Stephen A. Smith is no one's friend. I don't understand why people don't get that. We all know that Stephen A. Smith is all for himself and his boss, right? His boss is. So that type of thinking already will let me know what type of guy I'm dealing with. And every time he's doing an interview, he will act like he's your friend. He'll give you your accolades. How many times do we see on TV when he's annihilating somebody? The first thing he says is, first off, he's an outstanding basketball player, 2-time scoring MVP of the league, NBA champion 3 times. I have nothing but respect for his mom and his family. I know them very well. And then he'll go on to obliterate the person he's talking about. And we all know that that's the name of the game with Stephen A. Smith. He is not the type of guy that's going to sit there and have your back. He's not the type of guy that's going to, you know what I'm saying, be with you just because you're down and you a brother. No, Stephen A. Smith is about the ratings and the views. So he is taking shots at Zion Williamson, right? He's taking a shot at Zion Williamson, and the whole Pelicans organization even chimed in on this. I'll go through and play a few clips where Stephen A. Smith is going at Zion Williamson, and then the New Orleans Pelicans fire back at Stephen A. Smith, and also Jalen Rose had something to say. So let's play the clip of him talking about Zion Williamson.
Zion Williamson, it's not about his game. It's about how many burgers he's eating and whether or not he's going to be in shape, or is he going to keep eating McDonald's and have chefs clamoring for him to come to their restaurant. That's what he has to prove.
And that's pretty much what Stephen A. Smith is saying, and obviously he's doing it for clicks, likes. As you guys can see, man, Mike Greeny would never talk like that, because he knows that he's a brother like Stephen A. Smith, who is desperately trying to keep his job, working 10 jobs at once at ESPN. They're going to set him up to be the media clown, the media guinea pig. Okay, well, we know we can't talk about another black person like that, because we already know what's going to come with the scrutiny. So we have to use another black face to sell out and do it, right? That's what I get from the takes that Stephen A. Smith makes. And that's just been his reputation for a very, very long time. And after he said this about Zion Williamson, this is what the New Orleans Pelicans had to say back to Stephen A. Smith. They literally posted this guy's Photoshop in his average for a 1990-91 season that he so often says was, you know what I'm saying, like some of his stats got lost. Said that he had to put a 6-inch screw in his knee. He scored 1 point, but this is his stat, and this is the guy critiquing other players on national television, and this is pathetic. You cannot talk when these are your stats. And Stephen A. Smith often gets mad when people expose him for this, but this is the truth, right? This is the truth. Your season of 1990 to 91, you scored 1.5 points and 1 assist. I'm not even playing. I think kids can go out there with blindfolds on and shoot more basketball and make them better than Stephen A. Smith, man. Like, this is ridiculous. And you got to support the New Orleans Pelicans for standing up for Zion Williamson, even though he's kind of been putting them through a little bit of a headache and obviously his health and the whole off the court issues, for them to literally come to his aid and defend and, you know, get back at Stephen A. Smith, man. The kid is under enough pressure going through things off the court. So it's good to have a little support. So then Stephen A. Smith, knowing Stephen A. Smith, he just could not let it go. Les can't score when you can't play due to a devastating knee injury. Stephen A. Smith is saying that he only scored 1.5 points and 1 assist because of the knee injury he had throughout the whole season. That's what he's holding on to. He literally said that he messed his knee up and he had to get a 6-inch screw. And then you had Jason Whitlock come out and literally hold up a 6-inch screw and show the world how is it possible for somebody to be able to maneuver with a 6-inch screw in their knee. Obviously, this was a pretty big screw. And this is what Stephen A. Smith said he had. And I just find it very, very humorous that a 6-inch screw was in your knee. I think he said it's still in his knee. He's still able to function. Then he goes on to say, that's my fact. Now, what's y'all excuse for never winning anything? The point is, Stephen A. Smith, this is a NBA, this is a national basketball team. This is an associated organization. And guess what? They do have star caliber talent. At least they have players on the team that can be able to put up more points than you ever did. And obviously make, shots, dunks, all type of basketball athletic movements that you never have had on camera. So when you go at them, understand that the league, it is very hard to win in that league, but there has been good season with the Pelicans. So that's very immature on Stephen A. Smith part to even say something like that. Then he goes to say, can't wait to see y'all in April, May, and June. We don't even go there. Good luck. Tell my boys Coach Green and CJ I'm always rooting for them. And that's just his get back, trying to say like he's going to see them in April, May, depending on how quickly they'll probably get put out of the playoffs or if they'll even make the playoffs, is what Stephen A. Smith is saying. So let's go into what Jalen Rose had to say, as this is the topic of the video, because I think that Jalen Rose has just had enough of this guy. And he goes out and says, I am so happy that I didn't sell out or cloud chase while using views, subscriptions, and funds I made in the process as validation. Laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji. And everybody under the sun, even in the comment sections, are literally telling him to put a name on it. But you guys already know who he's talking about, because mind you, this came out February 24th. This is a guy who already knew a lot working with Stephen A. Smith, all the rumors. We heard Stephen A. Smith and Molly Quorum rumors. At the time, she was Molly Quorum Rose because she was married to Jalen Rose, but Jalen Rose dumped that ass because that lady is something else. And Stephen A. Smith, man, is one of those guys that'll be in your face acting like he's your friend, but he'll stab you in your back. And Jalen Rose is the type of guy, man, you look at what he does off the court. Jalen Rose is in BMF cameos. He's just always like Birdman. He's with just real stand-up dudes, and a lot of people will not affiliate themselves with fraudulent people. So the places that Jalen Rose can go, Stephen A. Smith can't go. And that's just being honest. Stephen A. Smith has to forever be a media pundit and a media plant. But it goes on to say from Jalen Rose, and he said, dear athletes, media folks gonna trash you for fame, get paid, and apologize when the check clears. And that's often what they do, right? I remember when Lou Will went at Kendrick Perkins for being in the media talking down on his name, but then when he bumped into Lou Will was like, hey, next time, he pretty much said that Kendrick Perkins was like, hey man, it's all for TV, man, it's all for TV. So another incident then happened again, I think when Lou Will left the bubble with the whole Lemon Pepper Wing strip club situation. I remember Lou Will saying to Kendrick Perkins, next time you bump into me, don't try to say that it's all for TV. And this is metaphorically aligned to what Jalen Rose is saying. And he's saying that these people on TV will trash you just to get that check, but when they see you, they'll try to act like it's all good, and they'll, hey man, apologize, you know what I'm saying? But you sitting good with money in your pocket while you torn my name down. You see what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A. Smith should know better, man. Like, you can't constantly be talking bad about all these athletes and then constantly wanting to be in their locker room interviewing them or trying to get them to come on your show. I don't even understand what made Michael Parsons do that. It was bewildering to me, belligerent, blasphemy for Michael Parsons to go on Stephen A. Smith's platform when he trashes the Dallas Cowboys the way he does. Whether it's for good or bad, it's just not a good look. There you have it, guys. I want you to weigh in with your thoughts, topics, and concerns, and let me know how you guys feel about Jalen Rose subliminally tweeting Stephen A. Smith and calling him out for his BS. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. If you guys are rocking with the content, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Charge the Game. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. Like always, let me know how you charge the game. Peace.